Welcome back. It is 1466 and I am stressed. Um, anyway, in the last one, Dante and Nina got engaged. Dante moved into his own space. Lavinia was born. Thomas went to war. Francesca and Tiffany are ready to find husbands. Yeah. Okay. All right. Everything is fine. Everything is cool. We can't get a 3 on a D4 for Thomas or he dies. Oh no, I'm so nervous. Okay. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Yes! Oh my gosh, he survived. That was so scary. Okay. Whew. Okay. Anyway. Now we have to do these rolls, which are also scary. Oh my gosh. Okay, so first, Randolph Landgrab the second. No, can't get an 18 or a 20. He survived. Our Lavinia to become a toddler can't get a 4, 8, or 12. Please live. Please live. Yes. Okay. And now, I added Nina and Dawn here. They're not part of our family yet, but like we're like sort of playing with them a little bit, so I wanted to keep track of them. So I just put them on the tree so I know how old they were because, like, you know, they're our family members, sort of. Okay, so Thomas, Dante, and Cassandra. Okay. No. 2, 6, 11, 13, 14. Okay. Thomas. Yes. Oh my gosh. Dante. Wait, that's a surviving, right? It's 14, not 16. Okay. Cassandra. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. You guys, why do I let myself get so worked up? I get so worked up because I'm so nervous that all my plans are going to go down the toilet and then everything turns out fine. This is not the first time I've gotten myself worked up and everything turned out fine. Literally no one died this year. Okay, it's not going to stop me from getting nervous in the future. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, yeah, it looks like we do have a couple more wars coming up later, but hopefully we'll be able to have Thomas have enough kids in the meantime to not worry if he dies or not. Okay, so we got a lot going on this year, and we got the girls having to meet future husbands. So, all right, let's hop into the game. All right, so we are moving Thomas back home. He survived. We are very, very happy about that. And we are going to just give him a scar for his troubles. So he is now going to be, you know, someone who has been to war. Every man in our household has been to war so far. Like, how wild is that? So they have been to war. We're moving them home, and then we're going to start playing the household. So let's get that going. We are going to introduce the new men that we have added in for Francesca and for Tiffany to start looking at. So we have introduced, like I said, the roomies, and also I brought in Summer Holiday and Liberty Lee since we already had Travis Scott previously. So yes, Travis was already in our family tree, so we're bringing in Summer and Liberty, and then also Zoe Patel. So those are the new ladies that we are becoming friends with. And then also we are going to bring in the roomies guys. So we have Jay Huntington the third. We have Gavin and Mitchell. Gavin, was it like Richards or something? And then Mitchell Kalani. Did I make that up? I don't know. Anyway, those are their names. So we are going to include all of those people. So those are our eligible bachelors. Rosaria was just giving the girls a pep talk for the first event that they are going to meet, you know, the men at. So here is some of our friends coming in to chat with. So there's that. And then we have everyone just enjoying themselves. So we are going to continue on here and introduce ourselves to all of these men. So obviously Jay Huntington III is the most rich of all of them. He is the, you know, the top level guy right now. It looks like Tiffany does not have a good first impression of him, but he has a good first impression of her. So I think he might consider pursuing her a little bit. And then we also are going to introduce her to, so it goes Jay, and then Gavin is the second richest. We made him like, you know, not super wealthy, but pretty good. And then we have Mitchell, who is a little more poor. So that can add some interesting layers to things where we have, people of different social class. Obviously, all of them would be high enough, though, to be at these parties, right? So there's that, and we are going to introduce Francesca to them as well. So it looks like, for some reason, like the first impression thing isn't working super well. But anyway, it looks like Tiffany, I think Tiffany had a good impression of Gavin, but he did not have a good first impression of her. Or maybe vice versa, one of those things. So looks like nobody is really, green on each other. So there's that. And Francesca is just kind of chatting with Liberty and stuff. So I think El Rosaria is going to pull her aside and say, Francesca, come on, you have to at least dance with someone. Like you have to do something. You can't just hang out with your friends. You have to try and talk to the boys and stuff. And Thomas is kind of like around the corner, kind of like, should I do something about this? But anyway, it looks like Tiffany is doing really well. She's chatting with everyone, although it looks like Gavin might be interested in Zoe. Interesting. So we are going to have everyone dancing with each other. It looks like Summer and Mitchell are dancing. And yes, so I think that right now, probably Tiffany is not super interested in Mitchell because, he's not putting on too good a show, Like the other guys are definitely, more wealthy. So of course we're going to gravitate a little bit towards them. But so El Rosaria is going to kind of call Jay over. El Rosaria is very social and is like the queen of the social hierarchy right now. So she is going to kind of try and get Jay to dance with Francesca. So she sets that up for them. And the party is ending. But yeah, it looks like Tiffany caught the eye of Gavin and Jay. So those are her potential suitors so far. We'll see. Maybe Mitchell will come in from behind. And then we have Francesca, who kind of got a dance with Jay, but it was fine. So I'm just going to have the girls chat with each other. They're going to talk about everything. And Tiffany is just going to say to Francesca, like, oh, I think it went really well. Like, I'm excited and all that stuff. And so because Tiffany is like gushing about how great it was, Francesca's going to kind of lash out at her a little bit. And it is so wild. In 3 interactions, their entire like full green bar disappeared. And I don't know why that was. Like, we don't have any lot traits, and I don't think they have a bad relationship. So I'm not really sure what was going on there, but I guess Francesca is just like really, really, maybe not jealous, but like kind of resentful towards Tiffany for being so good at this, and her mom's comparing them, and Francesca's under a lot of pressure from her mother, and it's just like all a lot for her, and she's lashing out at Tiffany because of that. And it's really not fair to Tiffany because it's not Tiffany's fault, but it's hard to, she's already got a bad relationship with her mom. So anyway, I think Thomas is going to have a talk with El Rosaria about this. Like, I think he's going to just tell her, like, hey, like, maybe you should go easier on the kids. Like, they're going to be fine. Look at the boys. They were fine. She's like, what do you mean they were fine? Dante's not married. And Thomas is like, okay, things aren't going well. But yes, I'm trying to have them read the books, though, but for some reason, reading books does not work any longer for anyone. So I don't know why I can't do that, but for some reason, it's busted. So there's that. And then we are just, having these two chat, but in the chat isn't really going super well, which is unfortunate. And they are just, the girls are, I think, just kind of stewing in silence and trying to do their best here. So anyway, we are going to have Jay. Since Jay had such a favorable impression of Tiffany, Jay is going to invite her out. So we're going to have a chaperoned date with Jay and Tiffany. So for some reason I couldn't choose El Rosaria to go, so maybe El Rosaria is like being all like, maybe Thomas, since he noticed that El Rosaria is kind of being too hard on the kids, is going to decide to accompany them just to make sure that, everything is okay. So I think Thomas is definitely paying more attention to the way that El Rosaria has been behaving. He doesn't, he wants his children to have the best and all of that stuff. And I think that he's definitely struggling a little bit with dealing with, potential awkwardness and stuff. So there's that. We have Tiffany and Jay on their date, just chit-chatting, getting to know each other a little bit better. I don't think that El Rosaria hates Tiffany. I think she pushes Francesca more, but I don't think it would make her mad if Tiffany got a good husband. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't make her, she wouldn't try to sabotage Tiffany. But apparently Francesca would, because Francesca showed up. I did not call her here. She showed up, so I'm thinking she's like going to crash the date. So she's going to crash the date and start chit-chatting with Jay and like kind of trying to take over the attention. And Tiffany is just like, oh my gosh, like what is happening? Like Francesca is coming in here and stealing away all of Jay's attention. Whether or not he's into it, who knows? But he probably likes that the girls are like fighting over him. I think that he likes it because also we know that Jay is a non-committal sim. So the fact that everyone is fighting over him as if he's some sort of prize is just laughable, right? But they don't know that he's non-committal. They think he's just this like eligible rich bachelor. And so Tiffany and Francesca are going to argue a little bit. Like, what, Tiffany's going to be like, what are you doing here? Why did you come here? Why are you trying to ruin my date? And they're just arguing with each other. And Francesca's like, it's not my fault. He likes me better now. And they're just blah, blah, blah. And so Thomas is like, all right, that's enough. Let's go home. Stop doing this. We're in public. There is Dante. Like, yeah, we're in public. You need to stop it. So we are going to, El Rosaria is feeling hurt, and it just, everybody is not feeling great after that. Okay, Merry Christmas. The dog got a crinkle toy for Christmas, and she's playing with it now. So I don't know if you can hear that, but I guess it's better than the bone, which is also on the floor next to me, so hopefully she doesn't notice it. Anyway, so everyone is going to come inside, and I think that we need to think about why El Rosaria is having such a hard time lately. I think she's just like really stressed about Dante not finally committing to Nina, and then he like has kind of disappeared. He's not coming around as much because he doesn't want to hear it from them. And so then she's also worried about the girls getting husbands, and she's really just like kind of close to having some kind of breakdown or something because she is not doing well and she is alienating everyone around her. And I really feel like that's not who she used to be. That's not who she was, maybe before she became a vampire. Maybe being a vampire is hard for her. Maybe it's like kind of making her, like her instincts, like her, what's the word? I don't know. But she's just like maybe being a vampire is making her a little more angry and on edge, and maybe that's bad. So we can perhaps explain it that way. Or maybe because Odelgard has been dead for a long time now, and oh my gosh, what are you doing? Okay, we have one day left in this aspiration of not drinking uncontrollably, and she was about to do it to Tiffany. So Thomas is going to come in here and stop that from happening because I am not losing this aspiration. So Thomas is going to come out here and kind of say to her, like, what are you doing? Like, what were you about to do? And she's like, I don't know. I just like can't control myself. I'm just so angry. I can't even think straight. And then she turns into her dark form and goes to like attack their children. And Thomas is like, this is not good. This is not okay. So I think that perhaps being a vampire has, changed her a little bit, like changed her nature. And so because of that, Thomas is really worried about their children and the children's safety. Like, he wanted to turn everyone into vampires so that they would live forever and be a family and be protected, but he did not want her to be a vampire to put their children in danger, So that is not good. And so El Rosaria is obviously, something is happening here because she didn't used to be like this. She was never like a bad mom or anything. So anyway, it is now Monday, and that means it is the boys' birthday. So Thomas and Dante are aging up into young adults finally. And so there's that. And we are going to age them up here. And we are going to get them to come here because they're going to school, and I don't want you to go to school. I want you to age up. So let's grab them, and we're going to have a little party. We're going to bring everyone over and have them all, enjoying the time here. Also, Thomas is happy to be home from the war and see his wife and see his daughter. So that is really exciting for him. His daughter has obviously grown up a lot since he last saw her, so it's kind of scary for him. And then Dante actually rolled the nosy trait, which I think is funny, so maybe we should keep that for him. He's a little nosy, he's a little messy because of the Villainous Valentine aspiration. So there is that. And then also Thomas got Freegan, but I feel like that's not him at all, so I'm going to give him Outgoing instead. So there's that, and then everyone is over for the party, just enjoying themselves, and, Dina is pregnant again, so that's really exciting for her. Everyone is having a good time and enjoying the party. It looks actually like Francesca is getting close to Nina. They just got a positive sentiment towards each other, which is really interesting. So, Francesca and Nina might be becoming friends. That might not be good for Francesca because Nina is not so good influence on your child there. But anyway, so Gavin is here. I don't even see Jay, so I guess we will be having dear Tiffany maybe chatting a little bit with Gavin, getting a little closer to him perhaps. So that is pretty exciting, is that she definitely has a lot of suitors who are interested in her. And meanwhile, Francesca is just, talking to Tiffany, or not Tiffany, Nina, and maybe she's confiding in Nina about her issues with, not being able to find a man. And Nina is like, well, there's only one way to keep a man, honey. So Nina does not give good advice. So we are going to just have the party end there. And we are going to just head out now. We want to control Thomas and Cassandra now, because Tuesday is Cassandra and Lavinia's birthdays. So we have our two girls becoming birthdays as well. Oh, sorry, that's not happening yet. What happened was I accidentally clicked to take El Rosaria to wherever she was being invited to by Liberty, of all people, which is super weird. Like, if anyone's going to get invited out, it should be Francesca is more friends with Liberty, so that's kind of weird to me. But anyway, we are going to now have the rest of Monday before we switch over to Thomas. But anyway, we are going to just finish out this last day of El Rosaria's vampire aspiration. We're going to have her talk to Tiffany a little bit and kind of ask her what she's thinking. I think that she does want Jay to be with Francesca, but she's not going to, get in Tiffany's way, but she's going to, I guess have a conversation with Tiffany, and Tiffany is not enjoying the conversation because obviously El Rosaria is way too much. She is definitely acting like too much lately. And Tiffany's also maybe a little scared of her because of what happened recently where she almost attacked her. So I think that Tiffany might be uncomfortable, but El Rosaria is going to call both the girls and kind of say to them like, okay, well, you need to, think about your future and blah, blah, blah. And she's just going to continue to nag on them, and they hate it. They hate it so much. So there is that. And we are going to just enjoy here. So let's finish the aspiration like she just did. And then now that she finished her aspiration, I think that something that is good is that she finished the aspiration, and so we are going to have Thomas decide that El Rosaria cannot be a vampire anymore for the safety of their children. So he is just like, nope, that's not going to work for me. I don't want to let this happen to my family. So he is going to get everything he needs in order to, cure her of vampirism. So he is going to pull her aside and say, El Rosaria, you you're a danger to our children. I know you don't want to be. I know that's not who you really are. And so you need to not be a vampire anymore. And she's kind of mad at him, like, you're the one who turned me into a vampire. You're the one who did this. And now you're saying that I'm a danger because of what you did. And she's not very happy with him about the whole thing, but she never wanted to be a vampire in the first place. So she's not going to argue with him over whether or not she should be a vampire, because she never wanted to be one. Like, it was never a thing that she cared about. So she is going to get cured of vampirism, and then we're going to switch over to Thomas's household, and we are going to have him bake a cake for Cassandra and Lavinia, so that'll be really good for them. They are going to oh, look, and there's Dante. So Dante is here as well, and the brothers are just hanging out a little bit. They're very close, so that's good. And then we're going to bake the cake so that Cassandra can blow out the candles. We'll have a birthday party. We'll invite over all of the Goths, and then obviously our family. So there's that. And we're going to enjoy that. And then we are going to pull out the cake here so that everyone can age up. And we will also age up Lavinia. So that'll be good too. She'll be becoming a toddler. How exciting is that? And Cassandra rolled proper, which I think is totally fair for her. But I can't believe our baby is already becoming a toddler. That is just so wild to me. So I'm really excited about that. But, so we are going to just do this and blow out the candles for the baby as well. She's sad. Oh, I know, but I haven't been playing with you, so I have nothing for you. Okay, so we are going to have her blow out the candles and roll for her toddler trait, and that is really exciting. So there's that. And then everyone is just having the birthday party and attending it. I did invite Nina, but only because she is with Dante, obviously. So she is, sort of with Dante. So she's sort of family, but I don't know. Maybe I will marry them. Even though Dante rolled not to marry, I might marry them just so that they're like married, but they might get divorced or something. Like, the marriage is not going to be, a good one. So maybe that's how we can count his role for that. I am going to get Cassandra pregnant again before we leave the household, just because we're not playing this household, but I want to make sure that we're, continuing to have children and stuff. So we're going to use try for a baby, even though we're not really supposed to do that with our main household, but you know how it is, just because I don't want to deal with having to worry about whether or not I have had them have enough babies by the time we play their family again, because I do want to finish with the girls before we get into Thomas's story. So there is that. And then we are going to just head over to Dante's really quick. I was going to try... Okay. Dawn does not like Dante. I don't know if it's because... I wonder if when I got him from the gallery, he doesn't like men or something. I'm not really sure, but it looks like it's not working out between these two, which is kind of a bummer. So I guess my dreams of the Dante, Dawn, Nina stuff are in the toilet. So, oh well, I guess that's that. He just really does not want to be with us. So anyway, that's what we're going to wrap up in this part, is just, checking in with Thomas and Dante. So I'm going to get everyone's new pictures. And in the next one, we're going to continue with the girls. I think, after Tiffany and Francesca are able to get married, we will fully move on to Thomas and his generation. So I'm going to focus on that. But we're not going to play with Ginevra and Madalena very much, because they're so much younger. Like, we want to play with Thomas. We want to play with our main household. So that's what we're going to do after we deal with these ladies. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this part. I'm really excited about it. I also forgot that Alexander Goth is aging up, so he is definitely going to be a guy that all the ladies want, so that could definitely add some drama as well. And I hope that you guys enjoy this part. In the next one, we will continue on with finding Tiffany and Francesca husbands. So I will catch you then.